How's it going, everyone? Getting some stuff set up. So if you are here, let me know. Hopefully you can hear me. And that'll be good. We will see how this goes. First? Oh yeah, there's a first up. Hey there. Oh, nice. How's it going, everybody? There we go. Kicking in. A lot of people here. Oh, I see some subscribers in the chat too. Brandon, all right. That's good, that's good. Is everything good audio-wise, guys? Does it sound decent? Is there any background noise? Sounds great. Perfect. Awesome. You gonna miss the stream, but things going good? No, yeah, no problem, Mike Fallen. Appreciate that. I'm sure it'll do alright. Good on audio. How's the video? Are we looking decent on that? Is it like, not blurry or anything like that? There's a slight hum. Interesting. That might be my fridge. I have my mini fridge in the background. Let me see if I can do something about that. I mean, we got two options here. I could, or maybe three. I could unplug it, I could beat it with a baseball bat, or I could just let it run its cycle. So, No hum for you? Okay, interesting. It might just be like headphone users. Are you on, like, speaker audio? Kick it out the window? Throw the mini fridge out the window? I could. If it's, if it's getting in the way, I don't let anything get in the way of my new world, you know? Yeah, it might be some people with like really good headphones might be able to hear something or something. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. What's in the fridge? I got noodles, leftover watermelon, and then some just various drinks and snacks, just like water and things like that. Protein shakes, yeah. I love Premier Proteins. Those are really good. Am I friends with the Moan Kim? Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine from, we played in the closed beta, so, we played. Well, good buddy. He's a buddy. We don't know each other, like, super well or anything, but, yeah, we played in the closed beta together, and I was in his guild. It was a good time. Great guy. Makes a lot of good content, too. G Fuel? Oh, yeah. Not yet, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to get there first, you know? Harvest honey and never fall. Yes, I can see that. Certified technician here. You need to hit it with a baseball bat. Yeah, I heard that works. So funniest thing, you guys ever had a Xbox 360 back in the day? So there was this magical trick with the Xbox 360 where, I kid you not, you wrap it in a towel while it's on when it has the red ring of death. You force it to overheat and then you put it in the freezer and it fixes it. So I did that, and it worked. My mind was blown. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, why does that actually work? That was so wild. Let's see, Brandon, off topic, getting married this weekend. Ooh, congratulations, man. One of our guild members just got married, went on his honeymoon as well, so that's nice. After 2 years at USA, documents cleared up to marry Philippines fiance. Nice, both are ready to play New World. That sounds good, man. That's awesome. Yeah, New World's a great game for couples. Like, there's so much cool stuff you can do together. Let's see. Did you hear the guy in Everfall saying, "Oh no, I didn't hear this guy"? Yeah, we don't do that TOS stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. Red Ring of Death, the fridge. Yeah, exactly. Vitamin. That's for sure what it is. Works with any optical drive. Interesting. I didn't know that. I heard there was some other crazy methods where somebody like soldered a penny to like a metal compound or something like that, and it solved the heat issue. It's just some wild stuff. But I was just like, really, this expensive piece of equipment and like wrapping it in a towel and throwing it in a freezer does the trick? Like, that's wild. Oh, Paul Anthony with the Pioneer. Appreciate that. Those badges are pretty cool. We got some nice ones there, and then there's some badges that you can earn like over time. I think, at least that's how I set it up. So it gets different colors and tiers, and there's like a nice little rainbow one at the end. So it'd be cool to see that stuff. How's it going, everybody in the chat? What's up, McFall? I see you. He says, hey, Seth. Let's see. Hayden says, hey, Seth, do you think that faction gear will all be replaced by dungeon crafted gear in the late game? Yes, 100%. I do. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have started Q&A until 6, huh? Oops. Hold up. No one saw that. No one saw that. What's up, Paul? Oh, yeah, the spam of the badge. I like it. Yeah, people are commenting on my icon. They're like, man, I like it. It looks like a mask, but so to some people, it looks like a fist bump, you know? Can you see that? It's like a little bit of the two. But I was going for like a persona type mask, you know? I told the artist. There's actually one of my friends from Trinity, Skip. He got one of his friends to do it for me, and I was really happy with the way everything turned out. Oh, let's see. Anyone know? All the late game cows? Yeah. I'm telling you, the cows in the towns are OP. That and some of the other things like nuts and honey, it's like, you can make so much good stuff. Am I on Discord? Yeah, I do have a Discord. It should be in the link down below, I think. I don't know if I set that up correctly, but hopefully I did. Somebody tell me if I did do that properly, but there should be a Discord link in like the description of this live chat. Unless I messed it up, then I'm lying, so. Great to see you live. Yeah, great to see you too, Papa Dope. Appreciate it. Did I see the Hatchet Shield combo in the New World video on Twitter today? I did not. I'm going to have to check that one out. I changed my Twitter to dark mode because everyone kept making fun of me for being in light mode. So I got salty. I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm changing it to dark mode. I got peer pressured. That's okay, though. Fish. Oh, hey, Fish. How's it going? Officer rank, dude. Appreciate that. Welcome to the club. Yeah, Fish is... we knew him from back when we were recruiting for the guild day one, I think. Had 0 recruits. He was like one of the first people I talked with. Yeah, Man Candy. Yep. Yeah, he'll be playing on the West Coast servers, I believe. Representing the West Coast over there. It's always good. Yeah, good to see you too, Fish. I see a lot of people in here that I recognize. That's cool. That's really awesome. A lot of people from the comments, because I try to comment on everything in my videos. And yeah, I recognize a lot of these names. How long have I been on YouTube? What made me decide to start streaming? Love your videos, learned a lot, and thanks for the effort that you put in. Yeah, so I started streaming. If you go back and look at my channel, you'll see like literally 40-something days ago. That's when I started doing YouTube. I've never done it before. I used to play professionally in League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm, and I coached a lot of people. I did some coaching for Razor and stuff back in the day, but I never like made a YouTube. And so this time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do content and focus on that, and then do like, you know, playing pro secondary. And yeah, it seemed to work out. People like this kind of stuff. I mean, I love coaching. That's my biggest passion. So I like setting down and explaining things, and it seems like people like that. So hey, just went with it. The club is growing, Crackhead Joe. Yeah, it is. What's up, Asai? What's up, True Affinity? What's up, Candy? Oh, Papa dealt with the $5 donation. Appreciate that. Can't wait to see more content. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. I got a video every single day until launch. I also have a video that is going to be coming out every day after launch for probably like the first week or so. And then I'm going to make some really special videos, which are going to be like very big in depth, right? Detailed. Because I wanted to wait till launch came out before I did anything super in depth. And yeah, so I'm kind of waiting on that because I'm a big min-maxer. I love numbers. and I want to get to work with all that, but I don't want to work with data that's going to be changed like really recently. So appreciate that. Pro DM Joey with the $5 donation. Thank you very much. Yo, Seth, been loving your content lately. Never miss a video. Keep it up. Thanks, man. That means a lot. Like, honestly, seeing everybody watch these videos, and I know I got a lot of people that watch every single one, and that's just, it's awesome. Like, I'm very, like, blown away from this community support, especially going into this. Like, 40 days ago, I had 0 subs. And, that's, seeing that rise up to now 10K, we're at 10K, guys. I keep thinking about that, and I'm like, what? That's not real. Like, no, it's actually real. It's crazy. Yeah, I can't wait. Got the little sub icons in there. Yeah, it's all good stuff. Let's see. Jeanette says, I've been watching your videos, and they've been great. Now created to start my own guide for me based on these guides. That's perfect. Yeah. I actually had a few content creators reach out to me and say that they started creating content because they liked some of my stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, I always like doing that, and collaborating with other content creators is super fun too. I did a few with, I think I did with like New World Database, and I did a podcast with the New World to Go thing with Redbird and BDLG. Those guys are pretty cool too. They run the New World Fans and New World Map website. I talk with Zio a lot for the site right here, New World Database, as you can see on screen. Actually, you can see right here, he put a lot of my videos. He said he's going to put my whole leveling series, so the part 1 through 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 45, and then I got a 45 to 60 that's going to be coming out tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool to see. But yeah, he just slapped him across the board there. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. Let's see. Dinger says he sucks at min-maxing. He wanted to play casually, but not wanting to play like trash. Sucked at PvP in the beta. Yeah, no, I mean, New World's great because you can play a lot of different ways, right? Like, you don't necessarily have to play one way. And even if you're not the most hardcore, you can have a huge impact on pretty much everything in the game. So it's really awesome to kind of see that. True Affinity AE represent. Yeah, definitely AE. Oh, and it's got the symbol. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, AE is my company, Aeternum Eternal, and we did some work on Valhalla. We were undefeated on Valhalla in the open beta, and we held 3 territories the entire time. It was super fun, and that was the sweaty PvP server, right? So we love competition, and we're looking forward to kind of going in there and seeing all that. Andre G with the $20 donation. Wow, appreciate that. Thank you. The videos are cool, especially for those who need some guidance like me. LOL. Hey, we all need a little bit of guidance, right? Like, even me, I love looking at other people's content and other people from my guild. They teach me stuff literally every day. So, just happy to share that information. And that's what it's about. Everyone sharing that information, growing as a community, and getting better, right? Because that's the whole point in games for me, is just like, man, I just want to be better than I was yesterday, Let's see, T-Bone, welcome to the club with the Consul sub. Appreciate that. Yeah, the Consul sub. That one's the one where I put the name in the bottom of the video. So that list is growing. We're at 9, but it's pretty nice. The Messenger B asks, with a $4.99 donation, thank you for that. How do I become a paid sub? I think you just hit the join button down below, if I'm not mistaken. There's a join button, and you hit it, and then there's a bunch of cool tiers. I tried to keep the prices super low so that everybody could get some nice stuff and get good value out of it. So I tried to add little bonuses to each thing, and I started off pretty modest. I'm going to try to double back and maybe add some additional bonuses. I know some people were asking about higher tiers and bonuses too, which I may do in the future. I know some people were asking about War VODs reviews and like dueling reviews, like coaching like sessions and things like that. So maybe I'll look into something like that. 5 more days. I know. I can't wait, Neil. I can't wait. I'm so ready. Oh my God, guys, listen to this. Listen to how sweaty I am, right? So I have a group of 5. We're all playing for 15 hours a day. We're taking 2 1-hour breaks to exercise and eat food. And then we are sleeping for 7 hours. And we're doing this all on the same schedule. Is that not disgusting? That's disgusting. But anyway, so we're basically, we got our group in our party, and it's a blast. I got my girlfriend, my best friend in there, and then 2 guys that I played WoW with for a long time. So we're just going through and we're just going to be hammering out the levels and just having a blast. Everybody's got like a week off of work, so we're just going to be going full no life. Definitely. All right, so it looks like we're into 6 here, and I'll try to pick out a few questions, but if you do like some sort of like question at Sethphir, that'll probably be the best way for me to see something like that, so I can recognize when it's a question and when it's like a chat. And we'll kind of get into a lot of these here. Luis de Leon, appreciate that with the Pioneer sub. Welcome to the club. We got a bunch of cool little badges and emojis that you can kind of slap up in there. Let's see, Paul Anthony. Yeah, but you didn't make sure your 5-man group has optimized build to cover all the debuffs. Yes, I did do that. I have a guy that's running Spear. I'm running Warhammer. We're getting the full Rend bonus. And we have all the roles covered. Healing, tank, DPS. We're pretty sweaty. I'm not going to lie. We're pretty sweaty for sure. Let's see. Bus. Welcome to the officer rank. Appreciate that, my friend. That definitely a bunch of cool little perks up in there, so welcome to that. And if you guys do go for that officer rank above, that does come with a special rank on my Discord. So if anyone's having trouble with that, just simply go to my Discord, and if you link your YouTube and your Twitch, it should automatically put you in a role for subscriber, or at least in the channel, and I'll see it immediately, and then I'll bump you up to a subscriber role for the Discord. Okay, a lot of questions coming in here. Let's try to hit these up. Giorgio asks, hey, man, heard you might have heard this question before. How's Warhammer Lifestaff for tanking compared to Warhammer Sword Shield? So, Warhammer is a very good tanking weapon, actually. It has a few taunts on it, but it mainly has an armor break move, which kind of softens up the target. It's really good. Lifestaff just makes you tankier, so for me that screams more of a PvP build than anything, whereas the sword has more taunts and some abilities to like CC or like weaken the damage of the monster, rend the armor of the monster, so things like that. So I would recommend that Warhammer Sword Shield for tanking, and then if you want to do that Warhammer Lifestaff build, that would probably be a good one to do on PvP. So going down, and I'll try to get some of my subscribers too. Let's see, Max says, I have a special needs daughter. I'm lucky to get to play with her at work. You're a firefighter, and we're not good at PvP, but we'd love to play the war and invasion, but I'm afraid we won't get picked. Yeah, that's very unfortunate for the picking side of that. I think what I might do down the line is I might pick some community members for maybe some wars in some territories. I might take a territory extra and then just try to give some people a chance to get into the war that normally wouldn't see the war. And hopefully a lot of people will do that too, so maybe it won't be like that forever. But great news is that the invasions, I believe, have 40 slots that are hard randomed. So you have a chance to get in there just by pure lottery. So that's kind of cool. Skipping down through a little bit. Let's see. Oh man, got a lot of questions here. Quackmaster asks, how to get specific weapons early. Treasure chests, like weapon chests, and trade with your friends. That's probably the best way. If not, go ahead and craft like an iron version, like the weakest version in town. That'll be a good way to go. Next question. I plan to go Fire Staff and Ice Gauntlet to play solo. Do you think it's bad for early levels? Due to mana constraints, does the mana issues get better late game? Yes and yes. I am a mage user. That's what I will be going in game. I am leveling up with the Great Axe, 100%. I can tell you that, or whatever weapon is OP after I see patch notes. I will switch to mage weapons probably around level 35 because that seems to be when you hit that intelligence cap to get the dodge on mana, which allows you to be mana efficient instead of mana negative. Scrolling through, Luis de Leon is chemist. Oh, hey, nice. What's up, chemist? Let's see. Gabriel asks, thinking of getting my first house a T4, but the taxes scare me. Is a T4 house going to be a burden, or is money going to be easy enough to get in the mid and early game, or mid-end game? So you do get a lot more money in the mid-end game. The first house being a T4, you would get a discount on. I think it's 8K for the 20K house, which is the max house you can get. I would say just be a little careful on that, because if you buy a house in a territory with a company that may be a bit nefarious, they could just jack your taxes up all the way, and you might be paying a pretty penny every single week for that house. which may lead to you wanting to abandon it. So just keep that in mind. Going through, are we still running on Valhalla? Maybe. We'll see. I'll announce that here pretty shortly into the future. Do you think there's any specific reasons to rush 60, or is it worth to focus on the life skilling? Life skilling, you mean like professions, maybe? Hopefully that's what you mean. If not, I don't know what life skilling is. But yeah, I think that rushing 60 is really good. I do think that there is value in rushing max professions, because the faster you can get those cooldowns for those 24-hour CD items online, the better you are gonna do, right? Because these items are going to be the bulk of in-game best in slot crafting. So if you're 200 in smelting, you'll be able to make Asmodeum and so on and so forth. It's going to be really good for you. So keep an eye out for that. Sorry guys, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit just to get caught up with questions. If I do skip over your question, I do apologize. Let's see, Eric asks, how would you run Rapier and Spear? Oh, you can run Rapier really easy. Rapier is one of my favorite weapons in the game. I think it has some of the highest single target damage output. Both the left side tree with Tondo and the right side tree with the more evade like PvP build, they're both phenomenal. Let's see, Bus asks, do you know if territory influence starts at 100% when the company pays 100k, or is it tracked accounted for prior to that? I think territory influence just starts at the beginning of the game, because it's just like your influence in the territory. I could be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure it does. If anybody knows otherwise, please say so, because I do not want to give like misinformation, and if I do, I will attempt to correct myself immediately after. Let's see, Altered Piercy asks, I see some content creators still playing the game, so is it early open? No, so basically they're not playing the game, that's just footage. That's all they're doing. They just have footage of them playing previous versions of the game, so don't worry about that. You didn't miss out. You still gotta wait till the 28th. It's all good. So let's see. Do you think Fire Staff Rapier is too hard early game to level fast with? I really want to avoid having to use weapons I won't use. Actually, it's pretty good. Fire Staff Rapier is not bad. I ran with it in the open beta. I was testing it out. I actually have a video where I can show you some of that stuff too. Actually, should I just pull that up? Maybe? Some things I have here. Let me see what I got. This is probably not that video. I don't know what all you guys can see on here, but it's irrelevant. We'll figure it out. Scroll through. I think this is it. This is going to be my open beta stats and stuff like that, so I'll show you exactly what I was running with. So I think I just look at all the options and things there. So if you want to see some of that stuff on screen, hopefully that goes through. So I'm going to go on and kind of scroll down in. I didn't miss anything, did I? Donation-wise and all that stuff. Hopefully I did catch up. If I did miss something, I apologize. Please let me know and I will fix that immediately. So I'm going to scroll down and catch up a bit. Let's see, Jeanette asks, I'm concerned about where to put my territory standpoints in. Should I avoid XP? I did do a guide on that. It should be a territory standing guide. And that will give you a really good idea of what you should avoid so that you can not waste some of that stuff. I'm a perfectionist, so I don't want to get that XP bonus, but I know for a lot of people that could be okay. Really just depends on what you want to play. Like, XP will be a wasted stat in the end game once you hit 60, but it depends on what you value and how long you plan to be in the area. And as I said in my video, territory cards is a personal choice, so make that personal choice. Going down, and let's see, how far into the main story quest do you have to go before you create a company? All you have to do is reach about level 8/9, and you will be able to join a faction. As soon as you join a faction, you will be able to create that company, and it's 100% free, so you don't have to worry about that. So going down, let's see, Giorgio mentions question, do you think some servers will be ruined with the big alliances rushing for everything and steamrolling everyone else? Yeah, I think that there will be some servers that are very big, and I think that there will also be some servers that are very like small, and a random big company will roll just to try to, like, you know, steamroll everything, which I think is kind of lame. I feel like big companies should go on big servers, but that's just me. But whatever, you know, to each their own. Maybe they want to be the biggest fish in the pond or something like that. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. In the background of this video, you're catching a shark. Yeah, I like that. Beoelf. Did I say it right? Instead of Beowulf, Beoelf? I think I got it. I think I nailed it. This is awesome. Let's see. Andy asked question, 3 hatchet in-game perks if you could choose when crafting. Oh, I don't play the hatchet that much, but probably crit damage, honestly. Crit light attack damage. I did say it right? Nice, thanks. Appreciate that. I've been practicing, you know. I try to get better with everything. I've been practicing speech too, because somebody pointed out that I said the word attribute wrong, because I was saying attribute, and I was like, that's a different word. I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. So I've been trying to get some of these things a little better, and I'm just like the type of person I like to take criticism and improve with everything. Zek Bell. Oh, interesting. Is that a play off of Zach Bell? I like that. What weapons can I combo Lifestaff with for PvX? PvX is a different story from PvP. If you're talking PvP, I would really go with the Ice Gauntlet. There's a really nasty Ice Pylon build that goes well with the Lifestaff, where basically if people dive you, you can just drop a machine gun down that kind of just solos them. So it's pretty good to do. So definitely would check that one out. For PvE, you may want to consider some sort of weapon that applies a debuff to the monsters so that you can bring value to your team. So that could be Spear with the Perforate Armor Rend. It could be Warhammer with the Armor Break skill. It could also even be the Ice Gauntlet with the Ice Shower Rend, 10% coming in. So whatever value you feel you could add with that. Because most of the time you're just going to be in Lifestaff doing Lifestaff things, right? So the only time you would want to switch to another ability or another weapon would be if you had cooldowns to use. Oh, this is what is this? Just screen roll of my guild, everybody in the guild. So yeah, it was pretty cool. We had about 130 people show up for our open beta test. It was great. It was a good time. Scrolling down, it looks like we had Brian Toby. Welcome to the Consul rank. Appreciate that. And yeah, Brian, make sure you link your YouTube and your Discord, or your YouTube and Twitch when you go into my Discord, and it should automatically bump you into the Sethphir channel. So that's like a special channel for officers and above. So you can kind of get some direct questions to me when you want. Let's see. How do I feel about the changes with camps and resetting? And how can we get around it? Yeah, camps are tough. It's it used to be so good, and now it's 500 meters. It almost feels useless. I don't know. I actually don't know, man. It seems like they need to maybe extend the range a little bit. I mean, I see what it's for, right? It's for to respawn in the direct area, not to abuse and travel across the land, because before it was terrible, right? Like, people could just go whenever they wanted to go, right? And that's never a good thing. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. So I'm not sure what changes they could make. But I think that the camps, at least in PvP, need to be destructible, because that was awful. Like, seeing people infinitely respawn at a camp. Like, we fought some guys at like level 25 in front of the elite zone, and we killed them, but then we realized that they just kept spawning in the camp they set up right outside the elite zone and coming back. So like, after killing them like 30 times, we were like, okay, we need to unflag. And you know, of course, they were just like, you Weenie Hut Juniors, you're unflagging. It's like, yeah, but like, you guys are coming back like zombie mode. Like, we don't get anything. We weren't even getting XP or anything, so it was just a waste of everyone's time. Like, what? Let's see, next question. Do you know the healing buffs work on AoE heals? Like, how does Divine Blessing work with something like Sacred Ground or Beacon when one player has less than 50% health? Yeah, it should work. It just snapshots their health, and then if it's below, it should bump that healing up. So I think it's quite as simple as it looks there. Looking for some other questions with the tag. Let's see, Jason says, I watched 3 of your leveling guides. Great info. How important is it to equip their highest rated items to influence the next drop you get? Are there level caps based off your overall level? There's no gear score like breakpoints from what I've seen, unless you're talking in a dungeon. There's like level breakpoints kind of, and maybe slight gear point breakpoints. Gear score breakpoints. So maybe there's something to do with that, but I don't know the exacts because everything's not like, you know, super certain on that. But yeah, we'll get that. Do you guys want website stuff, or do you want another video? What do you want here? Because I can pop on something on the screen, or I could pop another video. I do have like a war video as well if you guys want that. Just type war or something in the chat. So let's see. If two players put Sacred Ground in the same spot, do the buff doubles or just one work? I think they kind of double up for now, from what I was seeing. Although some of the other things may be maybe changed or tuned to that, because it would be kind of weird on that one. War. Okay, I see a lot of wars. Okay, we'll get that up. Question: if the company upgrades crafting stations in their territory and another wins in the war, do the crafting stations remain upgraded? Yes. Yep, they do. Everything stays, and all that stuff just gets transferred over to the winning company. So it's kind of cool. So your city won't be effective overall. The winning company could change the taxes and things like that, which, you know, may give you a reason to attack them or not, and you can kind of go from there. So we want the war video. We can do that. Let's go ahead and go through here. Bright Widow be war. We went over this one with Candy on Twitch a little bit ago, and we did like a kind of a breakdown of everything that was going in. But yeah, if you guys have any questions related to that too, I can get to that. So let's see. Do you know if the 20% heal after dodge bend light lifestaff perk counts as a buff? I'm actually not sure on that. I would assume so though. That would be pretty logical. Next one would be, is it okay to level up with fire ice if you're in a group? Saw your tail lift, both are low. Yeah. So you could in a group, but again, I think it really kicks in right around like level 30. You might want to wait a little bit for that. You could start leveling it up earlier if you're really concerned about the weapon skills. As you can see, that like intelligence breakpoint is really where it kind of comes into play. I would say level up with like a melee weapon all the way up to like 20, because at least 19, because at 19 you can respec for absolute free, so there's really no reason not to. And then if you really wanted to switch to a mage weapon at 19, you could for free and just respec your attributes and respec your well, I guess not respec, but just equip another weapon. So that could be a decent way to go. Let's see. What other questions we have here? Would having Life Staff plus Void Gauntlet to level up not be that efficient? So Void Gauntlet is not going to be out on release. Not Blizzard. Oh god, thank god, not Blizzard. Amazon has said that they will have no new content on release, right? So it's going to be everything that we've tested and seen. That was a statement by them. Hopefully they stand by that, because yeah, I don't think the Void Gauntlet's ready at all. So that shouldn't be an issue for a while, but when it does come out, it will probably be really good and beyond broken, and I would probably just play it with any weapon, right? Because any weapon that can heal and do damage is always going to be great. Next one is going to be, how do you think Amazon did with server merges? Are you satisfied with the merged server? Losses all territory and isn't refunded gold for the upgrades. I think that's hard to say, because you're dealing with a server that would basically, like, the argument would be like, yeah, you claimed land on that server, but it was like a dead server. That's why it's getting merged, right? So what was the point? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a good way to go around that. I mean, I think a refund of the gold purchase might be okay. Whatever they paid for it, that definitely wouldn't be a bad idea. But then you would go into some issues where like someone purchased it on the dead server, but then someone took it. So who gets refunded the gold and how does that work? Could be a nightmare, you know? Going on to next question. This game has huge issues with inconsistent wording. We should write down, and the DM said a New World community manager. Yeah, it does. It has some weird wording issues. Like sometimes it'll say something on one skill and you'll be like, oh yeah, this means that. And then the next skill will say something completely different or just like really unorthodox. And you're like, wait, why did it do that? Like what happened there? So let's see. What do you think about Great Axe Ice Gauntlet for tanking and PvE? I feel like a better weapon could be paired with the Great Axe. The Ice Gauntlet will scale off of int, and it would be hard to get that damage scaling worth it. The only tanking things I could see would be like if you're weaving ice spells for the 20% fortify, and if you really want that entomb to kind of like clear debuffs and make you an ice block, you could tank like that. It's possible that could be the high end play, you know. I mean, tanking as an ice block is OP right now. Like if they leave it as is, it takes bosses and monsters like forever to kill the ice block. So it could be a thing. Let's see. Any advice on what you would look at different companies to join? How would you judge them and pick a good one? Are you talking like post-launch or pre-launch? Because like pre-launch, you're just gonna have to go with your best bet. So I would look at beta performances. Post-launch, I would just look whoever had a territory, and if there was no vacancy in the people that had territories, probably gather a group of players who felt like they could beat said people and take their territory. Because remember, you can have the biggest company in the world and you're only as strong as your best 50 players, right? So if your 50 players are not that good, you're going to lose every single one of your territories. Every single one. And the better players will take them from you. Let's see. What does the character say when casting Burnout? Yeah. Yeah, he's got the Candy loves the weed seller thing or whatever that is. A lot of the mage skills are really cool. They have great phonetic announcements. I hear something different every time when I cast some of the abilities. I hear Rune Terra. I hear like all kinds of different things. But it just kind of seems like the mage is speaking like nonsense, right? Like he's just like, oh. But it's kind of cool to see. Already wrote him a DM a few days ago. A bunch of us might do something. Okay, interesting. We'll see. Rick James says, I joined your YouTube channel. Appreciate all the content and work you put into the launch of this. I have the first 7 days off of work for launch. Nice. And you're going to grind to 60? Let's go, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people are taking off work, and that's just, you're going to have a great weekend, right? Like, I'm thinking of like how I could best use a vacation. This is it, man. Like, playing MMOs, honestly, it seems pretty fun. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a nerd. Maybe you can make fun of me, but that's what I like. Let's see. What's your system? Are you concerned with FPS loss and big PvP? My system's actually not very good. I have an i7, I don't know, 6700K or something. It's decent. It's 4.0 gigahertz, but I have a 1070 graphics card, so it's kind of like rough. I'm looking on upgrading it pretty soon, hopefully. Just trying to get some, good deal on it, because everything seems to be super high on these graphic cards, and it's like really expensive, like out of my price range right now. So I'm trying to save up and get it like a good one, just so I can get some better quality video and stuff like that. Going on to the next one. Drink of choice for launch day: water. Got hot packs, pizza, diapers, but no, none of that. Water. Straight water. I will probably drink some juice a little bit, but not very much. But I like to go with like kind of a healthy diet for most things. So I try to drink a gallon of water every day. So I'll be chugging that away as the day progresses. And hopefully I'll finish that and remember to drink by the time the day's done. Let's see. Any necessary professions to compete? Yeah, okay. I see what you're talking about. It'd still be possible to make money efficiently and have in-game gear, time sinks. Yeah, I think to compete truly, I think you need stone cutting, because you have to be able to make your own keys to enter dungeons. That's just going to be an obvious. With stone cutting means that you have to have at least 125 arcana. So you don't have the max arcana, but you do need to get some. And I believe that everyone in the end game should have every single refining profession maxed. So like woodcutting, smelting, and all that, because you're going to be missing out on 24-hour cooldown items that are required to craft best in slot items. So I think there's a lot. I think that New World is a balance of everything. I think you need to do everything to be competitive. If you just do one aspect, you're missing out. So make sure you balance that out. But the crafting items do play a huge role. So getting your 24-hour cooldown crafted materials is going to be great for you, unless you just have a bajillion gold and you could buy it all from the market because you're a market genius. Next one. What items do you think will shine the most in in-game 60+? Items like weapons, or something else. But I mean, weapon-wise, I think that the mage weapons will be really good in in-game. I think the great axe will be really OP in in-game. Same with the life staff. And I think we will see a really high skill cap on bow and musket users. So I'm thinking that's how it will probably be for war, at least for war. But you also have to talk about like everything, because if we talk about PvE, the Rapier is going to annihilate everyone in DPS, like damage per second. It's gonna be nutty. So it just depends on what you're dealing with, right? So each aspect has a different thing. Let's see. What do you recommend to use with Fire Staff? What secondary? For the end game, Ice Gauntlet for sure. While leveling up, if you want to force it, I would probably go with the Rapier, and we can kind of go from there. Really, the other weapons don't mesh that well with the Fire Staff, so you're basically mage weapon or bust. It's been amazing to watch your channel explode. I'm so happy for you. Great personality and fantastic content. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. That's always nice to hear. Can we get this man a cyber power sponsor? What's a cyber power sponsor? What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. True. Oh man. What could you say about dot damage when you switch weapons? Does the damage consider the damage type of the equipped weapon or the one that caused the dot? So dots are snapshotted based on the instance in which they're cast, to the best of my knowledge. So basically, when you put on the buffs or whatever damage bonus you have, will snapshot that dot and it will scale with that. That being said, there's not many dots in the game. There's bleed from Rapier and some spear skills, and then there's like fire damage, ignite, but poison cloud from the bow. But yeah, really nothing much. I think some of these ice spells like that, like the ice shower, might actually count as damage over time. I'm not super sure though. Although it's not like a debuff on their bar, it's technically like damage over below seconds. So we'll have to see how that scales in. Do I smoke weed? No, no, I do not. What else do we have here? Have you heard of a shared company storage being a thing? Probably not for launch, but later on. Nope, I haven't heard of that. I would love that. That would be a great way to have everyone be able to like allocate items to their company, right? Because we need something. We need that. We need a company ledger so we can see who's taking money and when and why and where and who's donating money. There's so many things we need. Amazon, please help us. Help us. We need this. Guild quality of life. Everyone go to the forums. Guild quality of life. Sethphir, do you believe in Battle Mage? Sword and Fire Staff. Okay. I'm not sure. Sword and Fire Staff. That's a little risque. I think I'm a big fan of like heavy armor for sure, but I don't know about like sword and fire staff directly. Yeah, your Candy. Yeah, I know Candy. I know. Love your videos. Do you plan on doing a group leveling guide? Just change starter zones and so on. Yeah, my leveling guides are actually kind of group oriented. To be fair, there are solo options, but New World is kind of a game that works a lot better with groups. I got some weird thing on the side. It says YouTube is not receiving enough of your video to maintain smooth skimming. Buffering makes me. Is anybody getting buffered on everything, or is it smooth? Hopefully it's smooth. That's kind of weird. Have you heard anything about your company house or like a group house that you can all use, like ESO? No, I haven't heard anything, but I would love that. A company base would be insane. It would be so crazy, like being able to design that and having a place for your company members hang out at. Oh my gosh, I died here at that point. I was so mad. This guy like shot me through the trees. This guy has good aim. I don't know who that was, but that was messed up. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. In both versions of the betas, I was only able to make it to the first dungeon. Will there be more dungeons available for the lower levels, or will we have to see what's in beta? Nope. Amrine is the lowest level dungeon at 25. There's another one at 35, 45, 55, and then there's a lot at 60. So that's pretty much how it scales. Looking through some other ones. Let's see. Did you pre-pick your faction, or are you going the smallest faction for maximum PvP fun? Yeah, we're looking at the balance of the factions on the server because we have a decently sized company. It's 200. It's not like a Zerg company like some of these people with like 500,000 out there, but we don't want to like, we don't want to fight against the entire server just by ourselves, and we don't want to be part of a big majority, right? We want that sweet spot somewhere in between. So we'll be picking a company that reflects that, or sorry, a faction that reflects that. So we want a lot of challenge. We want to play against the best. We want to have good enemies and competitors to fight against, and we also want to have some decent allies on our side. Looking at this, is flagged bonus 5% or 10%? I believe it was buffed to 10%. It's buffering a bit. Okay, that's fine. Pause this for a second. I wonder if it's shooting too much video stuff through. Buffering. Yeah, that's definitely not good. All right, I paused it. I paused it, guys. It's paused. Okay, hopefully it'll be fixed in a second. Does anybody know what would cause that buffering? Is that upload, download? It should be good. I have like 300 upload and like 30 download. Or sorry, 30 upload and like 300 download, so it should be all right. The war is lagging. Yeah, it might be because I'm like streaming a stream of a stream. You know what I mean? Like some weird kind of shenanigans going in there. But hopefully it'll be all right. So I'll just kind of let that play here in a second, and hopefully it fixes itself. Rick James with the $5 upgrade. Upgrade that computer. Upgrade. Okay, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm putting money towards that, definitely. As you guys can see, my machine is decent, but not the best. So we're working on that. So let's see. Pause. Your upload rate. Yeah, my upload rate should be decent for that. So we'll have to check that out. I know I did it on Twitch and it was fine, like streaming the game live, but I think it's because of a different thing. Up your bit rate or lower the resolution. I did up the bit rate. The resolution was there. It was working before, so I wonder why it wasn't now. I'll have to take a look at it. Flaming PC coming. Yeah, something like that. Would be wise to pair Hatchet and Lifestaff at the start of leveling and transition into Ice Gauntlet Lifestaff. If so, at what level? You could. I mean, I feel like as a Lifestaff player, you would probably want to... I feel like you would probably want to play with someone, to be fair. If you're like a solo Lifestaff player, yeah, you could look into that. You could look into using like Lifestaff Great Axe or something and just drop a focus gem in it and just kind of do DPS. Hatchet would also work the same, to be honest. Let's see. I watched your video on groups to level to play today. I took Wednesday to Friday off for work. Did you hit max level in Beta 1? Yes, I hit max level. I was the first player on Nerea to hit max level, and I think I was like close to like third in the world for closed beta. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I was pretty high. There were some people that beat me due to that town board glitchy thingy, but I did that without glitches, like no glitches at all. So yeah, that was pretty fun. Let's see, what are the biggest changes you want to see happen before release and extend? What weapons do you want to see buff nerf? I would like to see a lot of guild quality of life stuff. I think that would be important. I would love to see some more expeditions open up for the end game. And weapon balance definitely needs to be looked at. You got some major offenders like Great Axe, Life Staff, and stuff like that. Definitely need to be brought down to the level of mortality, and then some of the abilities and things need to be buffed a little bit, like just quality of life stuff, really. Like, they're actually pretty decent for the most part. Like, the weapon balance isn't too far off. There's just a few like SSS people weapons, and then there's like everybody else, right? So but again, it depends on what you're talking. Are you talking war? Are you talking 1v1? Are you talking all this stuff? Because it's gonna be really hard to balance all that stuff, but I like when every weapon has a place in something, right? So hopefully we can get to that point. Sethphir, any expensive vanity items to save for? Best in slot gear is probably going to be your most expensive. I'm assuming they're going to go for like 100,000 gold or maybe even more, because just the nature of the RNG, it's a 1 in 36,000 chance. I think there will also be furniture items that drop in the world and in dungeons that people will be seeking, and I think that those will probably be good vanity items. Oh, vanity, sorry. So ignore the best in slot armor thing. Yeah, pretty much furniture, rare furniture drops, and I think that's it. Yeah, rare furniture drops for sure. Maybe some cosmetic items. I know there's some really good ones from some dungeons that have nice, unique models, but they don't, they're not the best item in the world, but they have, like, really good models, you know? So that could definitely be something cool. Let's see. What's the best weapon secondary to the life staff to go to the war? Great Axe, any mage weapon, fire staff, really good. Muskets are crazy, especially if you're on the siege wall and anything like that. Definitely really nice. Let's see. What's the best secondary? Nope, we already got that one. How difficult is it to run a settlement? It seems like a full-time job. Is it time-consuming as it seems? Kind of. You basically have to pay taxes once a week. Other than that, everything you set is pretty locked in stone. You will have to defend your territory if people attack roughly every 3 days. So it kind of takes like a whole company behind it, but you can assign like consul members and also like officers to be able to pay these taxes in each territory. So it's not too bad. It doesn't take a full-time job. It's just something you have to manage, right? I would put it akin to like, hey, I have to log in and do my dailies or something on like some kind of mobile game. It's probably like that. Let's see. Tool perks. Azoth Extraction versus Luck. Oh yeah, Luck is OP. Azoth Extraction is decent, but you do get a lot of Azoth in the end game, especially if you're in a company that's running a lot of wars and invasions. You will be swimming in Azoth, so keep that in mind. Always go with the Luck because the rare materials coming out of the orichalcum veins, the wire fiber, and all that stuff is going to be critical because these are really good things to have, right? They make best in slot items, so Luck is OP. Luck is just straight up OP across the board. Let's see. What else? Play on. Oh, what is this word? Heliopolis? Oh god. And go Marauders, underdogs right now. We need help. There's a guild of 200 in Covenant and Syndicate. Ooh, yeah. You guys struggling over there? I'll have to check that server out. I hate when there's like that big imbalance, right? Like I don't know why people do that. It's like, man, like. Luckily, we had that 120-day swap feature where people can kind of like switch factions. So if I see that we're on a faction and there's too many people, I'm probably going to consider swapping, honestly. I'll just go like Syndicate or Covenant or something and just be like, all right, it's on. Let's go. Just kind of fight the whole server. It'd be pretty fun. Sethphir, love your content. You got me super hyped for the game. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you got hyped for the game. That's what it's all about. Like, this game's super fun, and I think we got a real gem on our hands here. Amazon has done a fantastic job with this game. It's beautiful. The art is great. The gameplay is great. Everything's great. We need a little bit of balance adjustments and stuff, but it's like literally almost there. And I'm very certain this is going to be like, you know, next best MMO, like for sure, hands down, or at least best game of 2021. I don't think anything's beating this or coming any close. And I think a lot of people haven't realized that yet. And I think you'll see like a month or two after this game comes out, everyone will be like, wait a minute, New World, looking kind of good over there. Like, yeah, okay. Let's see, Zek asks, if your guild owns your town, do you pay taxes on it? Well, you get discounts and all that good stuff. So that's something that you can do. So you do have to pay tax. The guild leader has to pay taxes for the town, but everybody else pays taxes and you get a big discount for that. White Eyes, congrats on the 10k subs. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I was so excited when I woke up in the morning and saw that. I was like, oh, 10k, let's go. That was really nice. Just came by to say hi and thanks for your content. Watched everything. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for watching. It means a lot. Next one is, I didn't PvP much other than beta, only 2-1, 1v1s, a very PvP-oriented MMO player. In the end game or late game, when I get into it, it seems a little complicated. Yeah, it's complicated. There's a high skill cap. There's a lot of dodging. There's a lot of fighting game mechanics, MMO mechanics, shooter mechanics. It's like combining all of that into one game. So it makes it quite hard, to be honest. I'm famous. Yeah, you are, man. I put you in the thing. Wait, I'm on the big screen. Yeah, nice. That's always good. Let's see. Choose one: spear bow or rapier bow. Huh. That's a tough choice. I like rapier bow. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's really good. Spear is powerful too, though. Don't get me wrong. But I gotta represent rapier. I'm a big fan. Big fan of rapier. Let's see what else we got. Sorry if this was already answered. I was thinking about going two-handed axe and musket. Is that possible? I mean, it's possible, but musket doesn't gain from strength, so you're kind of like, you know, hurting yourself a little bit there. So, you know, definitely keep in mind that you might want another strength scaling weapon if you're going to do that, or maybe just a dex melee weapon plus the musket if that's really your thing. Let's see. What can you tell us about repairing siege equipment in war? I can tell you quite a lot. Repairing the siege equipment in war is basically, and I'm just going to pause this here for one moment and actually switch over to the screen. But yeah, repairing the siege equipment in war is very necessary. If your siege equipment dies, you actually lose it, right? So it goes all the way down. So there's a finite amount of repair parts that are generated every time you kill an enemy. And also over time, you can go to the repair station and grab these materials. You can take them all, so you want to be careful not to do that. And then you can repair the cannons and stuff for it, so you need to make sure you do that. It's also used to repair and get gates back up, so make sure you do all that. Let's see, what else you got? You have a war in the evening, but your GF messages you and tells your parents are home at the time of the war. What do you do? Yeah, my girlfriend's in the war, so she'll be popping in. Well, she may or may not be in the war, but as time goes on, but she might be in the first war just due to her level. So I think she'll understand. She plays the game too, so she likes this. Collusion is just a thing. Just imagine Roman fighting shield wars. Yeah, that's true. Oh, collision, not collusion. Okay. Yeah, collision. Yeah, that is a thing. You can block people, but cool on collision. Pro tip, if you sheath your weapon, you can walk through players, like friendly players. And if you dive, like you do a dive roll animation, sometimes you can dive through people and not get body blocked. So keep that in mind. Very useful. What is your gold making guide? What is my gold making guide? I haven't done a real big gold making guide yet. I should do one. I will do one. I would probably do that one more at 60 once I really see the market and how everything works. But if I had to be a guessing man, I would guess that all of the 24-hour cooldown items for crafting, like smelting and woodworking and stuff, would be selling very high. I would assume that trophies and any hard profession like jewel crafting would also sell for quite a bit, pretty penny. And then I would also guess that any sort of rare drop component like crafting mods that gave like fireball damage, for example, would probably be selling really high. So keep that in mind. Let's see. Do I like feet? I mean, I don't know. They're feet. Do I like? I mean, I guess neutral. Great videos. Me and my friends are playing on the US East servers, and we want to PvP, but we do not want one of the super sweaty servers. Do you know if there are any medium-sized pop servers? Yeah, I know some stuff. Let me share some stuff. Let's see. Let's go here. So this is a website. I guess I'll just show you the description here. It's like streamers on New World, on New-World. You can see it up here in the top. But this is a good one. You can basically look for streamers and you can see high pop servers. So if I scroll down, I can see all these different servers and I can sort them by list. So I can be like, oh, okay, let me look. Where's everyone going? Like I could see Sethphir here, right? And so I could see 9 million streamers, like a high pop. Obviously, that's going to be a bad place to go. So you might want to avoid that. So maybe you can use this little tool to kind of get an idea. But the basic breakdown is going to be pretty much Sethphir seems to be the streamer server. It's going to be like big streamers. Link this in the chat. Yeah, I could do that. There we go. It's linked in the chat. So Sethphir is going to be the big streamer server. If you are looking for a PvP server, that's probably going to be Valhalla. So it's going to be like sweaty PvP. Other than that, I think Olympus is the quote-unquote possible Asmongold server. So it will be another streamer server, and Eden has quite a few streamers. Like I know a lot of the Battle for New World people are going to Eden. So you could also check that one out if that's something you're interested in. And you can kind of sort up here. You can see NA West as well. You can see like, Serve Medieval where he's going on El Dorado and things like that. I haven't announced mine yet. I don't even know if it'll be up there. I'm probably just, they probably don't even know who I am, but it's something, right? So that's probably a good place to go for that. So you're going to be able to see a lot of stuff like in that direction. So let's see. How is the gear score of items from mob slashes determined? Is it balanced based on gear score? Yeah, I could talk about that. So basically, the gear score from items and mobs are going to be determined by what's called your high watermark. Your high watermark is the highest piece of gear you have equipped in every equipment slot that is a combat slot. So that's going to count for rings, amulet, armors, and things like that. If your high watermark is high, like your gear score value on all those slots is high, the game attempts to give you better upgrades. And it definitely does this in dungeons. It's it's said by Amazon that it is a quote-unquote guaranteed upgrade at the end of an expedition. So there is a system that will basically mean if you put on high-ranking gear score items just once, like you equipped it, but you salvage it after, that's okay. But it needs to drop for you or be crafted for you, and then it adds to your high watermark. And once your high watermark is active, that means you'll start finding better stuff. And then from there, if you have luck, luck will increase the quality or the number of perks on an item that you find. So, for example, a green item has 1 perk, a blue item will have like 2, and then a purple will have 3, and a legendary will have 4. And yes, this is per slot, Serena. This is per slot for this. So the only thing that does not count as a combat item will be the shield, which the shield only counts if you are a sword user. So if you're using sword, then the shield slot will count. If you are not using sword, then it will not count. So you're good on that. You don't have to like equip the shield just randomly because you're not there. What else we got? If you get weapon mastery at level 20 and you get a legendary weapon for that class, do you get a weapon? Okay. You kind of do. So if you get weapon mastery to level 20 and you complete the quest in Great Cleave, Great Cleave. I did a video on this. It's called like Legendary Weapons Sorta Guide. You get access to a 570 gear score weapon, I believe. 570 or 580, one of the two. It was purple in the closed beta, but in some of the other versions, it was legendary. So I don't know what that's going to end up being. But it will be about 570 to 580 gear score, and it's going to be one of the better weapons that you could probably get early on. So keep that in mind. That's a nice one to do. So if you haven't seen that video, go check that one out. Let's see. I'm planning on going Lifestaff Hatchet build with heavy armor so that I can be tanky and still level fast. Do you think splitting between Strength, Con, Focus would work well, or only the two? I think while leveling, you should go for damage stat so that you get the best value on that. If you're going to go Hatchet and you want to level up fast, I would probably just go Strength. You could split a little Strength Dex since Hatchet scales off that. And really, you don't need many points in Lifestaff to heal yourself to full. Actually, you need like 0. It's kind of weird. So, yeah, you could easily go that. Let's see, another one. In terms of game mechanics and overall gameplay, what you say needs most improvement? What would you say needs the most improvement? The animations sometimes, when you try to do like, you want to dodge and then switch weapons, sometimes you get like locked or like, not locked, but like, I don't know. Sometimes it's funky, right? So I've been switching to weapon swap instead of weapon scroll. That's helped me a lot tremendously. But it seems like sometimes when different animations interact with each other, you can get some weird variance and not necessarily the same thing every time. So maybe that a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty flawless for the most part. There's just some weird instances when certain things connect. Let's see. What else we got? Does luck on harvesting tools apply to drops on mobs' chests? Basic luck, yes. If it says like harvesting luck, no, it does not. It just works on nodes and stuff like that, right? Let's see. I'm gonna play Ice Gauntlet and Fire Staff, so guess Arcana should be my focus. Do you know how I can make some early money with Arcana? With Arcana, maybe selling pots, like cheap pots and stuff like that. But the Wisp usually is the way to go. Like any essence that you find or motes can be converted up. And if you have high enough Arcana, you can convert those. And some people will be buying those like crazy on the auction house. So that's probably your best go-to, is like converting those into Wisp and then converting them into Essence and then Quintessence. That would be the really nice way. Oh, selling pot. Yeah, you know what I mean. Potions. Yeah, yeah, okay. That's the answer to all quick cash. Yeah. All right, can we get a follow-up? Can we get a /follow? Like, wow, I've never seen this brought up in the future. That's what I want most. I don't know if they will. You can ask Amazon on that. But to me, that screams bots when I see /follow, because that's how they all use their scripts, right? They all follow each other. So I would like to avoid that if possible. Multi-boxing bots is never fun. I don't know if you've been hit by a 5 or like a 20 box like Palm Pyro Mage box and WoW, but yeah, it's not great. It's definitely not great. Let's see. Jeanette asks. Okay, I see. No ask on there. But yeah, we can scroll through some of these things. But we have some other website and things up here. Let's take a look at the map for a little bit, actually. I know there's quite a lot of stuff on here, and I had some things saved, but is there any area on this map that you guys want me to take a look at and kind of like elaborate about? This is the New World Fans map, the newworld-map.com, as you can see up in the top there. It's quite a nice resource, to be honest. Let me turn off some of these things that I had saved from the beta that I was like looking up. Okay, that should clear it up a little bit. But yeah, let me know if there's any area you want me to talk about. I can kind of go into a specific region or something like that. Weed seller, yeah, pretty much. Let's see. SS is good for PvP if you go full strength. Sword shield? Nah, unfortunately, I don't think sword shield does much damage. I think it's more of a tank weapon. But as a tank weapon, it is insane. So you will need pure tanks in wars, and they will need to go full con, and they are almost unmovable off that point. It's great to see. So definitely go that route for that one. Monarch's Bluff, Syndicate says. Okay, yeah, let's check out Monarch's Bluff. So Monarch's Bluff, there's a nice few places here. This area right here, where I'm kind of zoom in on, this is the Dead Man's Cove. This is a fantastic area. It is the elite farm that you can go to. It's level 25, so it's a nice place to go check out if you're right around that level range. We did this at 19 with some members, and it was fine. So I would also recommend you go that. But anyways, you enter from like right here where you can see my cursor, right? I hope so. Right here is pretty much where you enter, and you walk through these little barricade, and then you get into the main town, and there's just like a giant cave system and stuff like that. So this is definitely the best spot to go to for low-level elite farming. And other than that, it's kind of a crummy place to level because everything's so spread out. It's so far. I know in this region near the fast travel shrine, let's go here and let's go plants. Are we talking fungus? Yeah, warm plate cap. This is going to be... Oh, Lord, I just messed up. Okay, there we go. Close. Perfect. So this is the best place to get warm plate cap. And what is that? It's like a low-level alchemy material. It's for like common health pots and stuff like that. So you can see all these little spawns around the map. This is a really nice zone for that. So that's probably the two standout things in Monarchs for me. Other than that, running the PvP mission is awful because it wants you to go from here all the way down here just to complete. It's so bad. You have to run forever. It's awful. And also the fort is so far away on an island. But the good side about Monarchs is taking this place is like a nightmare. So like no one wants to attack you in Monarchs because they have to spend 8 hours running PvP missions just to do it, and it's literally not worse. What pretty tabs I have on my browser. Thank you. Appreciate that, Dino. Hey, Dino, aren't you the fishing guy? Yeah, I think you are. We'll have to do some cool fishing journeys together at some point, man. It'll definitely be nice. Martin says, Cutlass Key seems weird since it's located between the two starter areas. All the higher up areas are up north. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. It's a weird place to be. It's a really weird place to be because Cutlass Keys is like, I thought it was a starting town at the beginning. I actually made that mistake in one of my videos because it was like placed down here, but it's actually not. I just like never been there. But Cutlass Keys is a nice town. Actually, there is tons of nodes that are very valuable. Let me look for that here. But I think it's like particularly the ore. Oops. Deselect all, or yeah, we're talking lodestone, right? So like this little route right here, as you can see all these lodestone loads, kind of ore spawns. These are so good. I run this route, I just run down here, I pick up all this lodestone, and then I come back up to the top and I'm just loaded, like pun intended, loaded with lodestone. But it's so good for stone cutting, so that's definitely gonna be something you might want to keep an eye on. Let's see. Hey man, Dreadfuse. Okay, nice. Hey, Dreadfuse. When you're at 60, what is the repeatable stuff we will be looking at to farm for the high level gear? Like hard dungeons, raids. What do you look at 60? What's the end goal? So the end goal is you're going to be trying to get best in slot gear, which is going to come from materials and drops and expeditions, and it's going to come from high level crafting modifications. So you're going to be looking at trying to get orichalcum, wire fiber, ironwood trees, all this stuff. I'm pretty sure people are going to be running all over trying to get all these node spawns with their luck sets on, just hoping that they get lucky for these things, because you want to make these cooldown items. So basically it's going to be a huge gear grind, like in the end game, like massive, like think like Diablo 3, maybe Diablo 2, Diablo 3 style, where like you can get an item like a Shaco, but is it a perfect Shaco? I mean, no. So if it is, then it's really valuable, right? So you have that big variance, like there's percentages and odds and like random chance on items. So you could get that piece of gear that has perfect stats, like the best percents ever. And that's kind of the cool part about it. I really like that style of gameplay. Doing great, by the way. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. What do you think about the first attribute in the Dex tree? 5% crit. 50 points. You get that no matter what your class. Crit is something you don't get a lot at the start. It's something you do get quite a bit of later when you gear for it and you get into endgame gear. So it's decent, but maybe not the most necessary. It might be worth a 50-point dump. It just depends on what you're going for. But I think that most people will be dumping their points into main stat and then probably second into con, especially for wars. If you're not in a war, you're probably looking at main stat, substat, and if there's no substat, then yeah, you would go dex at that point, in my opinion. And I could be wrong, so there's that. Let's see what else we got. Is one-shotting players possible in PvP? If they're low level, yeah. If they're like level 60 with con, probably not. But what is possible is to get locked and ganged up on, so that can definitely happen. So be aware of that. Let's see. Hey, mate. Hope you're doing well. Doing all right. I was wondering if you know which quest I got to finish to be able to pick up the Barchamedes Amarine secondary. So you actually don't have to pick up anything to pick up Barchamedes' quest. You just talk to Barchamedes at level 23 outside of the dungeon, which is located right here. The only other quest for this would be one in Windsward. There would be a quest to go to the excavation, and there's another one in Everfall that will also lead you to the excavation as well, so Amarine. So there'll be two on that. I just dropped the guide video yesterday or something like that covers all that, so you can look in there. Mirgaard, please. I would love to get your take on the grinding zone. Oh yeah, let's do it. Appreciate that one, Dan. Mirgaard, yeah, this place is nutty up here. This is the most northern area of the map. We'll go ahead and I'm pretty sure we could do like, maybe the monsters. Hold on. It's got to be like chests or something like that. Named monsters. Shattered Mountains. That didn't work. Hold on, I'm finding something. We'll get there. We'll get there. Monsters. That's not it either. Fishing documents. Monsters. Okay, well, maybe we'll find it eventually. We could do chests, though. That's probably a good thing to do. So let's select all this, and we can kind of see the goodies in here. But yeah, we'll take a look at Mirgaard. That is one of the better places in the game, to be honest. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So this is Mirgaard. It is a very nice place. Right here is the Mirgaard Cathedral. This is where, okay, I don't want to spoil anything, but this is a cool place. You should check it out. There's also these other little areas around the side which have greater rifts next to them. So they're basically really, really hard in-game content. It's like 65 plus and things of that nature. So you're going to be looking at these zones hit hard. They hit so hard. You need like a raid of people. We did it in the closed beta and in the alpha preview. And basically these mobs were nutty. Like we brought everyone like on the server here. We brought in like 20, 30 people. And some of these portals were incredibly hard because the affliction that is present in the zone for corruption does a lot of damage, and the timer ticks down so fast when you get in these high corrupted areas that you need corruption tinctures just to stay alive. You need corruption resistance just to stay alive. So you're going to kind of build this, like, if you ever played like WoW back in the day. You remember Molten Core, and everybody would get like ice or whatever fire resistance at first just to stay alive for some fights. It's kind of got like that going on. So some of that is easier to do with some gear that's really nice. Twitter breaking news? Uh-oh. What's on Twitter? Let me check. I'm looking. Did I get baited? Server times. Okay, let's see. You can prepare for launch and get exclusive drops from your favorite content creator. Oh, okay. Interesting. So I'm going to retweet that. That looks really cool. You guys should go check that out on Twitter at Play New World. See what they got going on there. But I'm taking a look at it now, and it looks like it has the launch time for NA East Coast? This is so weird. What do you guys think this is saying? Does anybody see this stuff right now? Hold on. Do I just bring this over to my screen? This is fine. We don't care about the Twitter. Let's take a look at it. So it says server launch times. And look, I switched to dark mode. Are you guys proud of me? That's so good. So we're taking a look at this one here. And it looks like we have some stuff here. Launch time is unique and eternum. So it's just giving you time reference for everything. I think that's all it's saying, right? It's not saying they're launching at different times. It's just planning it out for you. Wait a minute. Wait, what? US West and East is both at 8 a.m. So it's like, which one's coming up first? That's so strange. What's happening with that? Finally dark? Yeah, you guys proud of me? It's so good. Right? Staggered launches. It's a different time. That's an interesting decision. So, East Coast, Best Coast, I guess? Since we're going to be playing the game first. East Coast, Best Coast for sure, confirmed. That favoritism. Region breakdown? I don't know. I'm not sure if that's what it means, so don't quote me on that, but it definitely looks interesting. I'll take a full look at that later. I can't like process that mentally right now, but we'll definitely take a look at that. Definitely. No, dude, EU is first. Yeah, EU would be first. You're right, because that's a 6-hour difference. So basically, they would be 6 hours ahead of us for East Coast. Oh man, that's gonna be nutty. So EU best region confirmed, right? Is that it? Why'd you tell? Everybody's got that in the chat. Got to give some love to our EU side. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's definitely nice to see. I like seeing stuff like this. I'm confused at the difference in times. But I guess that's an attempt for them to like get the servers going smooth, like launch servers going smooth, right? So that's probably what it is. But that's kind of cool because I guess I'll just hang out and, you know, watch some of my favorite content creators on the other servers while I wait for mine to come up. So, you know, never that bad. Never bad. Hey, look, we love all the regions here, guys. Every single region. We love them all. All right, log into EU servers at 3 a.m., make a character, save your name at 8 a.m., delete it, and remake it on NA. I don't know if it's a region like that. I don't believe so, yeah. I'm definitely not staying up till 3 a.m. I really hope I don't have to. That would be awful. But we'll hopefully see how that goes. Why is no one noticing the time zone after the time? Time zone. That's true. There is a time zone after the time. East is going to get flooded. Yeah, they might get flooded. Economy pros and cons to high versus low pop servers. Yeah, we could talk some on that. I think I saw good models of this in Warcraft where like high pop servers would have very booming economies and low pop servers, like the rare materials would just be like, prices would be just so crazy you wouldn't be able to afford them roughly. So it's always going to be roughly like that. Link to this? Yeah, I can link you guys to this. I'll go ahead and put it there. This is, you know, Twitter news from Play New World. You can see their tweet right here. I retweeted it. Oh, Greg also made a tweet. So show Greg some love. He's definitely a great guy. Good community content manager here. So a lot of good stuff there. But yeah, you just click on that link there, and then boom, it pops you up to this little thing. So you can read all about that yourself. Tons of cool details on that, honestly. So you can kind of check it out. But ooh, look at this. Twitch drops. Uh-oh. Wire spun. Oh, vine spun? Vine spun. Weapon skins. I like these. Do you like these? I like them. Hey, Geek Boy with the $5 donation. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Definitely love showing the support there. Let's see. Is rushing to in-game a wise choice? Yes, I think so. It's a good choice. You will have to double back and level up your crafting professions and professions in general, so keep that in mind, but getting ahead is always a good choice. Blah, 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 blah. 8 a.m. EST East Coast will launch at 9:25. Okay, interesting. So each server has a different launch time. Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, Vine Spawn looks good. What do you guys think is the best weapon here? Look at all these. I like this Ice Gauntlet. I actually like this. Staff's okay. The shields look good. Shields do look good. Which one's the best? What do you guys think? The bow looks really good. Yeah, the bow's pink. Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be pretty stylistic. Like, it'll be pretty hard to find another pink bow, right? So that's probably pretty rare. I mean, the fire staff doesn't look bad. It's got this little cane-looking aesthetic to it. It's not bad. Where's the rapier? Wait a minute. Did they forget about my boy, the rapier? Hold up. What? Wait, am I delusional? There's no rapier here. Hold on. I'm gonna tweet New World. Do it New World or Greg? Is this Greg? Greg. Where is the rapier? Vine spun skin. Huh? There is a hatchet. Let me double check before I look like an idiot. The hatchet's right here. Where's the rapier? Where is that? What the f... Scroll down, there is. Is this it? Is a pirate thing? Oh, false alarm. Just kidding, Greg. Nothing happened. We're not tweeting anything. Good thing I didn't do that. So is this it? Is this it? Players who are not currently Amazon Prime members that are interested in accessing the exclusive New World drops can sign up for a 3... Ah, I knew this was coming, that Amazon Prime. We all knew that was going to be there. So maybe this is the rapier, the pirate thingy. I'm not sure what that is. The second pirate pack will be available October 12th and can be claimed via Prime memberships until November 1st. It will include more exclusive pirate-themed goodies with a pirate-themed sword skin. It's sword, it's not rapier. What the? Okay, hold up. I'm mad. A finger across the throat emote. I do like that one. Ooh, that's awesome. So that would be a good PvP one there. Confirm rapier move for the game. Yo. That's not good. Coins, and I like this little stance here. These are all good. These are nice. I like this. The crest too. The 3 guild crests right there. Some of those look pretty clean. You guys like those? A little pirate sword and all that stuff. Doesn't look very pink. Yeah, I guess so. I think the rapier is missing. Send the tweet. What do you guys think? Send the tweet. Rapier missing? Like, yo, where's the rapier? I'm mad. I'm a little mad. Launch servers. There's a list. Yeah. And what else do we got? That's it. That's it. So basically, we have a bit on the thing. Yeah, there's no rapier here. Where's that at? Seems missing. Send it. All right. Let's send to Greg. Greg, where is the rapier in the Vine Spun series? Sad face. I think we go sad face. Is that it? I can't seem to find it. Okay, we'll send it out. We'll see what he says. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he can help me find it. That'll be good. Well, yeah, I don't see it here. I'm a big Rapier fan, and I'm a little mad. I'm a little bit mad, you know? You can click the picture to make it bigger? I did. I still don't see a Rapier. That's unfortunate. Likely the art was made before the confirmed weapon or something. That's true. It could be. It could be. That's a really good point. Exclamation point kind of aggro. Is it exclamation point aggro? I type exclamation points in everything. So we'll see. What if the sword is the rapier? No, that's definitely a sword. We can see the handle and like the way that's formed and the cross here. The guard. Like it's not very rapier. What's up, Sethphir? Val from AZCO. Hey, what's up, Val? How's it going, man? Appreciate you chiming in. The pirate sword does look like the rapier. Yeah, it's true, but it does say sword. See right here at pirate sword skin. Pirate sword skin. But it does kind of look like the rapier. It kind of. I mean, I don't know. Is that a rapier? That's not a rapier. That's definitely a sword. It's not, like, you can see the way the blade is. Like, a rapier is different. The great axe is on top of the rapier, just like in the other tier lists. Yeah, exactly. So it's, like, right here. It's, like, right here somewhere. Like, woo. Yeah, I can see that. A great axe. It's just, this whole graph is just a picture of a great axe. It just covers every weapon. Like, hold on. Wait, what's going on? Love your vids, man. Very helpful. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Definitely nice to see the community enjoying the vids and stuff like that. And just the support in general. You guys are crazy. Like, 10,000 subscribers is just, it's honestly a dream. So it's nice to see. We'll see if we get any updates on the rapier stuff. Because that definitely hurts. I need the rapier. Like, how stylistic would it be to finish somebody with a pink rapier? Like, come on, that's really good. A rapier is a sword technically. Yeah, that's true. You're right. But I just don't know if it would be the same skin aesthetic. Let's see what else we got. If they forgot the rapier, do you think it just... Oh, we don't speak that evil here, Areve. We don't speak that evil here. All right. So basically we kind of got that. So this is I think this is cool. Go check it out if you want. Like, I put the link in there. You should be able to find it. It's also all over Twitter. And then you can click on this and you can kind of see some of this stuff. But I like the pirate, like the thumb across the throat emote. I think that's a great one. I'm going to use that in PvP. This one looks pretty funny, where like the hero pose, so I'll definitely use that in town. A lot of these things are just fantastic. So once again, great job to the dev team and the artists and everything. It's just really amazing. Well, Andrew with the $9.99 donation. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Really do. I'm going to put all that money towards getting a graphics card so I don't have to do that buffering thing for you guys. That's probably what I'll be going for. And that way so I can record. And I know I've been doing some in like 1080p. I was going to try to look into like 1440 or whatever it was. I don't know how to do that exactly, but I know YouTube had some sort of cap on that. Captain Morgan pose? Yeah, you're right. That's a Captain Morgan pose for sure. Oh, side note, if you guys haven't seen it already, there is this giveaway for the thing. I did a video on it earlier. It was like a secret interactive map on New World, and then it leads you to this sort of post that they already just posted all over Twitter. But it's a giveaway for some special New World PCs. So if you haven't checked that out, just real quick, because like, I mean, look at that thing. That looks awesome. Like, imagine winning one of those. Like, I'd keep that forever. That looks awesome. So it's definitely pretty cool to see. Okay, so we'll go back on this here. Take a look at some other things. Oh yeah, Mirgaard. That's what we were talking about before breaking news kind of came in. So we can get back into that. Does dot damage break stun or knockdown? I think so on stun, but maybe not on knockdown. So like knockdowns are kind of true stuns. Stuns in this game are kind of like sleeps or saps actually, because they don't they break on damage from what I've seen. So that might break it. What ore veins did you always get gems from? So silver, gold, and platinum have the highest chance to give you gems. You can get it from other nodes, but mainly those are great. Orichalcum seems to be loaded with good stuff too. Rounded to 10. Yeah, I got to do the 9.99. I mean, I can round it to 10 if you want. I can round it to 10, Andrew. We can add an extra cent in there. Like, let's see. So Mirgaard, yeah, let's talk about that. And it looks like somebody asked about the grit mechanic. I can go into that in a second. Let me get to Mirgaard and then remind me about grit because that's important. So yeah, this place is great. These greater portals are hard to do, but as you see these little nodes here, ancient chests, elite tier 5, these things are insane. They have so much good loot in them. And not to mention they have the tier 5 highest level in the game crafting charms, which are the abilities that let you put them into the best in slot gear, which is just going to be stuff that's going to be like really important because you're going to want to socket like improved fireball damage or great axe double gravwell hit or something like that into a weapon or armor, and that's the way you're going to get that. So this is a great place to get all these little crates. You're going to get a lot of charms and weapon stuff for crafters. You're going to get tons of material that is super good, especially like wire weave and the whatever the high level sandpaper, obsidian flux and stuff like that too. So you need to run this Mirgaard once every day, in my opinion. Once a day, you need to come through here and get all these chests. They're on a 24-hour timer for these big elite ones, and just pick them all up. Just run train on this whole area. There's tons of elites for you to kill. They have great loot drops and all kinds of fantastic stuff. So this place is really, really good. And I think that there's something coming up here in the north because I went up here and it was locked out, like it was isolated. So there's something there. I just don't know what that is, you know? So we'll have to wait and see because it was locked in the betas and the alpha preview. But yeah, Mirgaard's a great place. Another really good in-game zone, and then I'll get into grit, is going to be all the way down here in Reekwater. And I did a video on this, like elite farming spots. Wait, is this Reekwater? This is not. This is not Reekwater. Right here, this is the Siren Strand. This place is really good. You get some of the highest level mobs in the game here, by the way. So some of these mobs are actually level 66. So they're just insanely strong. They have fantastic drops, and there's tons of like boss, sort of mini boss monsters here. This is going to be a really highly contested and sought after end game open world zone. So there's going to be tons of groups running trains on this area, collecting all these elite chests. Especially want to do this one once a day. So that's another one you want to go for. Great content and keep up the good work. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'm trying to pump out as much as I can for the community, just trying to share every single bit of knowledge I know here. And once again, just quick reminder, guys, if you had any questions, just do like @Sethphir or say question @Sethphir, and that'll help me like see it a bit more visually in the chat, as opposed to like regular comments and things like that. What ore veins did you always get, Jim? Nope, I already did that one. Someone's talking about Fey Iron. Yeah, Fey Iron is hard to get. My best location of it is sometimes you get it off of elite bears that you can mine in Weaver's Fen and also in Reekwater. I don't know where the ones in Weaver's Fen are, or I have a rough estimate, but the ones in Reekwater are right around here, this Angry Earth area. I think in Weaver's Fen, they are around the quest givers, so I want to say they're like here in this zone. This beast. Oh, here it is. This cave, like right around this area. There's some like elite bears that are like earth elemental bears type deal. So that's something to check out. But you can get Fey Iron from there. So grit. Can I explain grit? Yeah, grit is basically when you attack, you're going to see a white flash on yourself. That's the indicator for grit. That means that move is unstoppable unless hit by like some big grit damage. So there's like a threshold for grit, and if you hit somebody so hard during that with a grit breaking move, you can actually interrupt or stop that. But that white flash is your indicator for grit. Weapons that do a lot of grit damage are like the Warhammer and the musket and stuff like that, like really high impact weapons. What else do we got here? Can you explain Rend? Yes. Rend is a stacking armor debuff that lowers the defense of the target. It appears on weapons like Spear, Hammer, a little bit on Ice Gauntlet, and it also comes on some weapons' special perk charms that are available in the in-game and also on some weapons and armor. It will basically lower their defense, stacking up to what I believe is 50%. So at 50%, Rend will stop gaining shredding abilities. So yeah, that's pretty much all I know on Rend. What server am I going? Do not have that decided yet, but I will let you know very soon. I will make a video over that for sure. Are those release times for Steam? Yes, I believe it's for the game. The game is primarily on Steam, and I think it's only on Steam, actually. So yes, that is for Steam. Any thoughts on who should be Loot Council? Oh god, don't even get me started with Loot Council from Classic WoW. We did Loot Council in one of our guilds in Classic WoW, and it was really good. We had a great system. We nailed everything down with a spreadsheet. It was flawless. The math was great. And still, someone was a Weenie Hut Jr. crying every single week. Every single week, someone was crying with Loot Council. I didn't get the staff, and this guy got the staff. Oh, it was nightmare, dude. No one was ever happy unless they got the item, and if they got the item, 10 other people were unhappy. It was insane. Let's see. What do you plan to do on locking down a company and a player name due to the European servers launching first? I don't know if it works like that. But if it does, then I guess I'll be up at 3 in the morning. Yeah, that's gonna suck. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. What is your opinion on the fastest way to level Firestaff Deadman's? Yeah, that's a good one. Deadman's Cove is a great way to level the Firestaff. I think another good location is probably, let's see. It depends on your level range, right? Like let's say you're in Brightwood. So if you're in Brightwood, this area is huge right here. This is called Brightwood Isle. There's gonna be tons of elite monsters here, level 35, and they're all like lost, so you can kind of blast through them and kill them really quick. It's a really good area. Also, doing things like dungeons levels up your weapon skill a lot too. So any dungeon or expedition. Let's see. The unstoppable attack talent with the hatchet is also amazing with the leap attack and followed up by the 4x attack. I think that, yeah, the frenzy. And all right, some power attack builds. Yeah, it's really strong. Like, grit moves are powerful. Like, they're hard to deal with. What time zone am I in? I'm in EST rated. Next one is there a way to send picked up gear to gear up your Smurfs? Yeah, you could just put it on the auction house or trade. You can do whatever you want with that. What armor should you use for hatchet and lifestaff build? If you're PvEing, light armor as heavy as you can go until you get to right below that medium category, so like 12.9. And if you're PvPing or doing a dungeon, like an expedition, medium armor as heavy as you can go all the way to whatever, like barely not getting into heavy. So that's probably the way to go for that one. Can in-game zones be taken over by your faction? No. Well, except Reekwater. Reekwater can be. And it is an in-game zone. So you can actually claim Reekwater, but you cannot claim Shattered Mountain, Eden Grove, or Great Cleave. None of those are claimable, but for some reason Reekwater is. What else we got? Are there any add-ons you would like to see for the game? Yes, a damage meter, please. Details or something like that. That would be amazing. Other than that, probably not. Like, I think everything's clean on the UI. It's pretty good, so I don't think there's anything in particular that would be better with some sort of an add-on. But I mean, by all means, if Amazon just wants to put in like some sort of combat log, that would be perfect. So the way Watermark works, regardless if you intended to wear a higher gear score item or not, you should equip it at least once in order to upgrade your Watermark score for the slot. Yes, 100%. Whatever highest gear score item you get, just toss it on your character for 1 second, equip it, and then you can delete it after. Or do whatever you want with it. So what I did often is I would look through my gear score. You can sort by gear score. And if I had an item that I knew was higher than the highest piece then I equipped it immediately and then salvaged it. And that was working for me. It was giving me high gear score and bumping up the drops I was getting. What time is it? 7:30? Okay, so I got about 30 more minutes here, and I'm probably going to wrap it up at 8. But I will definitely answer as many questions as I can, because I do have to head to a guild event at 9. We got a cool little thing going on there. So, yep, 30 more minutes for that, guys, so just be aware. Let's go ahead and see what level do you think you'll buy your first house? How many different town boards will you be juggling at once? That's something I got to talk about because we plan to take 3 territories just like we did in the open beta on Valhalla. That was the place where we played. I don't know what server we're playing this time, but we will be taking 3 territories at the start. So we're going to need to raise 300,000 gold again. We did it pretty quickly last time, but everyone dumped everything they had. So I personally will not be able to afford a house until all 3 of those territories are done. Every single bit of my gold will be going towards that. I may pick up the 2K cheap house, like, you know, the little crab shack or whatever it is that's off in the corner, just to boost for like leveling purposes. Considering some options like that for some of our super sweaty levelers, but we'll see. But most likely I'm probably going to be broke until we get those 3 towns. So none, basically. Are there any plans for mounts after launch? I do not know. That's Amazon Game Studios questions, but as far as I know, no. And I don't think they've said anything otherwise. There's fast travel in the game, and there's other ways to kind of get around with mobility on weapons. And in my opinion, I don't think it's necessary here. Like, it gets a lot better in the end game. So everybody just kind of wait and see that, and then you'll kind of understand what's going on there. And if you do it right, the fast travel is very quick and inefficient in cost, and you will always be able to fast travel. Like I said, in the end game, Azoth is abundant. So you may feel like you need a lot of it early, but once you hit 60, it's not the case. What guilds am I in? I am in my own guild called Aeternum Eternal. It's a company that I run, and we have 200 people in our company. Let's see. What's the side of the fence you are on with the minimap? I think it's fine, as long as it's optional to toggle off. Personally, I don't use it. I think that a Diablo-style, like, tabs sort of see-through map would be kind of cool. But I'm okay. Like, more options is always better, right? Like, give people what they want to kind of do something like that, because, you know, for me myself, I auto run and then I pull up the map, right, like while I'm playing, so that, like, that's a thing I do. Let's see. Cleric playstyle doable, or are we forced to go paladin? Cleric, like just pure life staff, yeah, I think it's 100% good. Paladin, I mean, that's a weird build because people are talking like cleric and paladin, but I don't know if that fits in New World. Like you wear heavy armor regardless of what you go in PvP for the most part, like you're at least close to be to heavy category as you can get without getting into heavy category, unless you want to be as a tank. So yeah, it's a different game. It's a different game. So you have your eye on a favorite tier 4 house location. I kind of want to get my T4 house based on aesthetics and not location. Then get cheap houses for travel. Ebonscale looks great, honestly. But realistically, I'll probably have a house in Windsward. I will probably have a house in Reekwater, and then I'll probably have one more up north to get access to some of the northern areas, like maybe Morningdale or maybe Brightwood. So my houses will probably be strategic, unfortunately. But if I could pick one just pure aesthetics, yeah, Ebonscale. It looks really nice. What faction am I? Undetermined yet. What do you think about Tondo? FF, Flourish and Finish, I'm guessing, and Fletch for PvP, for PvE and PvP on Rapier. Do you think bleeds will do well against players into the late game? Yeah. I think right side tree, which you're talking about, evade, riposte, and what is it called, Fletch, will be very PvP oriented. I think left side tree will be very PvE oriented. But if you could become a true Rapier master, left side tree may be one of the highest damage dealing trees in the game, in my opinion. We'll have to see how it goes, but I think the bleed stacking mechanic with the pop off for the finisher with cooldown stacking can get really nasty really fast. But that being said, it's kind of hard to keep up to people in PvP as a melee weapon unless you have like homing attacks like the Great Axe. So I don't know fully on that one. Do you think it could be an idea to do an Eternal spin-off for the EU servers? Yeah, we could possibly consider that. I know my friend Caldor, he's a caster for Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm Pro League for like a long time. We used to do a lot of stuff back in the day, and he runs a company as well, so I would highly recommend one of his companies. I'm pretty sure they might be full, but I did do a shout out to a bunch of different EU guilds and stuff like that. I will be doing some kind of cool stuff with the EU side of things here soon. So I guess that kind of goes into another lead in. I kind of announced a little bit on the podcast for New World fans, like the Redbird thing, that I would be doing like a league, like sort of a tournament series. And yeah, that's something I'll be bringing. That will be for NA East Coast, West Coast, and EU. I'm not sure how fast we'll be able to do all that stuff, but I've been talking with some good people in each region, so hopefully we'll be able to get all that good stuff there. But yeah, I want to hype up the competitive scene. I love esports, so I want to get those tournaments and things of that nature. Try to kick all that stuff off. Especially like shoutcasted matches. I've been trying my hand at that and learning and getting better. So I'm going to do some really cool hype PvP stuff. Jello with the $10. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That definitely goes a long way. We're getting that graphics card fun going here. We might actually be able to stream a little better quality. That's perfect. Let's see. Do you think my 30-man guild could get up to 200k gold for a territory? Is 100k more realistic goal? It's gonna take you a while for 30-man, and on a competitive server that will be gone very fast. So it will take a bit, but if there's no one claiming stuff on your server, yeah, you can get there. Let me give you some metrics to go by. I predict on the most competitive servers that everything on the map will be claimed in the first 30 to 40 minutes, roughly. And that's going to be the amount of time it takes for a certain amount of people to get 500 gold and be able to join the faction so that they can actually make a guild. So I think within the first 30 to 40 minutes, every single thing on a map will be claimed on a really high competitive server. So you're talking high pop servers, like things like that. I'm pretty sure that's how it'll be, because the reasoning for that is every member will donate about 500 gold. So if you have 200 members, you'll be able to buy a territory instantly. And if there's more than one guild doing that on a server, it should all be gone pretty quick. From there, you'll have to wage war and just be the better players. So there is hope. Do not worry, because even if somebody has 1,000 members, it does not matter. They are only as strong as their 50 best players. And if your 50 best players are better than their players, you will take every single thing that they own on the map. It's just a matter of time. So be a good player. And that's the best way to get these towns. Have you made presets on the map site that you're on, or is it helpful to mark a few things and being able to switch? Yeah, I usually put it pretty clear, and then I take away the things that I don't need when I don't need them. So I just use like basics. So like I would get rid of all these treasure chests and stuff. So I just want land markers and stuff like fast travels, because that's always a nice thing to do, right? Okay, I'm gonna pop back over to this one too. This site is also super clean and nice. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is the database site. But I use this all the time, and as you see, Zio put my like videos up and stuff. So if you want to check out that leveling guide, that'll really go a long way. But to like kind of help you get an idea of what you need to do. But this site will let you look up everything in the game. So like if I want to look up like perks or something, I could just go perks generated, boom. I can see everything here. I can see these in-game crafting charm perks. So like, what is it doing? Like I can mouse over and be like, oh, okay, this is going to apply a rend whenever I shockwave, or this one's going to like, do this or do that. And it's really nice to kind of see these types of things going on there. Not to mention you could look up any like actual item in the game. So if it's like legendary or whatnot, you can see all that stuff. You could also see like recipes for certain crafting things. I can see all the crafting recipes, so it's like huge to do this type of stuff, because you can literally plan out exactly what you want to get, right? And that's like the huge part of it. Let's see, give me a short description of the type of players that join each faction. Okay. Interesting. So you're talking about like Marauders, Covenant, Syndicate? Okay, Syndicate is like the hype squad. They're like, hey guys, let's all go Horde. That's Syndicate. Marauders is like try-hard PvPers. And then the Covenant is like the super sweaty PvPers that are just like, you know what, we're going to take on the whole world. That's my PvP perspective. But in terms of like other things like PvE and like, role play and things of that nature. I have no idea, so you'll have to ask some different people on that. But that's kind of like the vibe I get from each of them. I like all of them, to be honest. I really don't have a particular faction that I enjoy more than the other, so I'm gonna pick whatever balances that server in a good way. Let's see. My small group of friends and companyless and stressing about server choice. Any advice? We are only semi-sweaty. Semi-sweaty. Yeah, I would kind of look at that one site over here, this like streamer list thing, and kind of see where it is. But really semi-sweaty. That's hard to say, really. I don't know what's gonna be like that bad, but maybe like Eden might be semi. Like any server with a streamer on it is probably gonna be semi-sweaty. That's weird because I'm streaming right now. I guess I shouldn't say that, but it's gonna be semi-sweaty, right? Because they're gonna have a lot of people, but they're maybe not gonna have like, all the super PvP sweaty tryhards. But like a server like Valhalla is gonna have all those people. So yeah, like I feel like it's just you got to scout around a little bit and look for some things like that. You could also try to go on like a random server that doesn't seem to be talked about very much. That could be an option, but I would keep an eye out on population things because you don't want to end up on a dead server. That's definitely not good. What are we at? 7:41. So we got 19 minutes left. If you have unlimited Amarine entries, would you stop grinding it? Yes, I would stop probably around level 30, 29, 28, 30. Somewhere around there, it wouldn't be worth. I would also couple that with town boards and elite farms, and story mode quests. So it depends on what I would do, but I'm pretty sure I would bridge out of that gap pretty heavily, starting like 28 onward. Let's see. Do you have any negative thoughts about NPCs? The way they added to Fort Reekwater. Not only are they over level, but they are what? I don't get that. No, not really. I like all the NPCs in this game. I think they're all great. Yeah, every single one of them is awesome. So next one is the int scaling of elemental gems. Are they total damage or only elemental damage? What does that mean? Int scaling of elemental gems. Are they total damage or only elemental damage? Oh, I see what you're saying. It's total damage. So it converts a portion of your damage, regardless of what that is, into that element, opposite element, right? Do you know if Reekwater starts with tier 3 crafting workshops? Also, does powder burn and bleed stack on musket? Yes, that's 2 different debuffs for the musket. And Reekwater, I believe it does start with tier 3 stuff. I know Brightwood started with some tier 3 things, and then I know Morningdale does as well. So usually those tend to be the crafting stations, though, in that nature. So keep that in mind. I'm not exactly sure on Reekwater, which is weird because I did take the town, but I didn't do much with it. So I guess I probably should have checked that. I do have video footage of it, so I could go back and check, and I'll do that, and I'll try to post that somewhere. Just remind me in a comment on one of my videos or something. So let's go ahead and see. For factions holding more than one territory, will they be vulnerable to simultaneous attacks on other territories? Is there a way to migrate being swarmed? Yeah, you are going to be vulnerable to that. You can set them at different times. You could also set them at the same time. I think that server wars tend to not overlap very much, although I did see a war last beta between Tally and somebody else, Tally and I forget who, and then us and somebody else at the same time. So it could make a difference on that. I think you just need to be ready to defend that. So that could be something that could happen there. Let's see. What would be the best starting area for harvesting resources to sell? Oh, that's a little vague, but I mean, really, like any place where like iron is abundant is going to be great. Any area with herbs being abundant, like First Light, and also like higher level herbs like Monarchs for the plate caps and stuff like that. That'll be a decent place to go to. But I do believe that Windsward will have high value because you'll be able to get the green petal cap, and also Rivercrest is like pretty abundant in Windsward because that big river runs there, and these are needed for the main storyline, so that might be a good go-to early on. Question is, greetings from Canada. Hey, how you doing, Canada? Congrats on the YouTube channel. Seeing how big in the open beta was, do you think that most servers will be well populated? Yeah, I think that they will be. I think that Amazon knows this, and I think that they added extra servers because of that. I think that a lot more people are going to be flocking to this game when it comes out, especially after week 1 or 2 when everybody's seeing the hype. They're going to be buying New World and hopping in really quick. In your eyes, the best graphic settings for the game? I always play on low, as long as all the visuals are there. And I do this in every single game that I play professionally because it gives you less information to process. You want to see the details of what's important and nothing else. And that's just my opinion. But if you like the game and you got some like sweet 4K monitor, yeah, crank that stuff up to ultra, dude. Like, just go and have fun. If you're not like super sweaty, hyper competitive person. Let's see what else we got. Have you picked out where your main settlement for your guild for home for myself will be, and who is your favorite YouTuber on New World, not counting yourself, of course? Interesting. So I have picked out, we do have a settlement plan. We like Windsward, we like Everfall as well. We're okay with getting either one of those early. We definitely like Brightwood and Morningdale between our mid-game territories, and Reekwater is the one that we want for the end game, so that'll be what we're going for. That's pretty much it. Favorite YouTuber? Oh, I don't know. There's so many good YouTubers out there. It's crazy. Like, I see all this content coming from everybody, and it's just awesome. Like, because the more content that's made, the more people get hyped about the game, and the better it is. So, like, I watch every single content creator, like, almost. Like, everyone that I can get my hands on, I watch their videos. And it's good for me because I get to learn, and also, like, I don't know, it's enjoyable. Like, I like the game. I'm a New World nerd, right? Like, so I'm just gonna watch it because it looks great. Let's see, what else we got? What armor weight would you recommend for musket, rapier, and PvP? Musket, rapier, and PvP. That's probably gonna be light, I would say. Musket can get away with light armor because they're so far back, so I would definitely go for that. Will tanks or healers be needed more? Healers are very needed, but tanks... So in PvE... tanks, and PvP, healers. So that's pretty much gonna be the breakdown for both. Let's see what else we got. They announced the launch times. Am I aware? Yep, we just looked at it. We checked out the Twitter right here, and we looked at the post from New World, and then we did all that good stuff there. Did Greg reply about the rapier? Not yet. We'll see. Let's get going there. That's definitely really good. We did get that one. Let's see. I have played both player-driven and loot-driven economy games. I read this was a player-driven economy game, but after playing the open beta, it looks to be a mix. What are my thoughts? I guess I don't know the full difference between player-driven and loot-driven and what you're referencing here, but I think that regardless of like knowing that full difference, I believe it is a mix. Like, the players will drive the economy with their cooldowns, like having the crafting professions and stuff like that. And in the loot, there's also an RNG chance. Like, there's really heavy. Like, perfect BIS weapon is a 1 in 36,000 chance. So, combo of both. And I think that's great. I think that's brilliant. The more chances you get, the better. So, it's player-driven in that sense. And then it's loot-driven in the sense of RNG and just on the variance on the drops. Can I talk about the Great Axe? Yeah, I can do that, Robert. Great Axe is a really very powerful weapon. It hits like a truck. And it has a lot of really good quality of life things like auto homing, left click attacks. It has like a lunge that comes with it with the left click attacks. It has mobility. It has permanent haste. It has lifesteal. It has damage. It's like pretty much the perfect weapon. It's got everything in the game, right? So really good weapon to go. Thoughts on Hatchet Spear, Berserk Hatchet with the Spear for CC? I think it's decent. I think the spear really shines with a ranged weapon, though. Hatchet is not quite that ranged weapon. So the way that the spear works is like it's very bad to try to chase somebody with and hit the skills. Like, it just doesn't work. But if they have to come to you, that's a different story. So bow spear is a really good combo. Hatchet is more of a melee weapon. It's really good to pair with like Great Axe or or like other things like that. You could pair it with bow as well, just to get some sort of a heal and movement speed and something to do when like somebody gets up to you finally. Like you just pull it out and 1v1 them. Let's see. Do I need to have a number 1 and number 2 bind if I use the separate key to swap weapons? Nope. I deleted them off. I took both those keybinds off and used them for consumables. And I use like my side mouse button to swap weapons so that I can dodge and weapon swap to continue momentum. Let's see. What else do we got here? Can you see people paying to win by buying gold through a third party? Yeah. I mean, every game struggles with that. I think Amazon would probably be pretty keen to ban those people, though. So I hope they do, because that's definitely kind of ruins the game. Would you be going light or medium armor with your ice and fire build? Both. I will be going so there's 2 builds, I think. There's a light build where you get the max armor you can get without going into the medium category, which is like a very far back range skill refreshing build. And then there is a heavier build where you wear full heavy and some medium to get in that medium category, but you still have a lot of armor, and it's going to be like a dive mage, so you're going to be like a melee mage to that sense. It's very powerful, so I have 2 sets for that. And then I also have a secret third mage build, which is, in my opinion, the highest damage in the game, and I'll probably share that right around level 60, but it's something I haven't seen anyone talk about. And it'll be interesting to see a few Great Axe players get blown up in like a 2-shot or something. We'll see how it goes. So the ultimate question: will you ever get to see that beautiful face of yours? Yeah, we could do that at some point. I don't know when. I was toying around with the idea of like a VTuber thing, maybe getting like a little Angry Earth character or something like that. So hang tight. I'm trying to do some cool stuff. We'll see. Hello, sir. There is a guide for everything, but can you answer this question? How to now hate Marauders and play with friends that will play Marauders. I really just like Syndicate. Wait, what? I don't know what that means, but I mean, play whatever faction you want to play, to be honest. And honestly, there's no reason that the factions can't get along. You can actually invite members of the opposite faction to play with you in dungeons. You could form a party with them and do a dungeon with them. You just have to not be flagged. So, like, why not? You know? Go for it. Let's see. Will I be streaming on here or Twitch? Really enjoy your content, and I want to watch while waiting for West Coast to open. I will be streaming on Twitch as well. I will stream here from time to time. I'll probably do like Q&As and things like that here. And for Twitch, I'll probably be doing a lot of gameplay stuff. So if you want to watch me like level up, if you want to watch me PvP in the end game, you want to watch me do like forts and invasions and things like that, high-end dungeons and speed runs, this is all stuff that I love to do. So if you're looking for like tip-top end game content and stuff like that, you want to see how to do it like really well, yeah, I will be doing that too. So my Twitch should be down in the description, but it's essentially just Sethphir, so you can just twitch.tv/Sethphir. But yeah, we'll be streaming. I will try to stream launch week, but I don't know, because I got a lot of stuff I need to do, and I need to focus on doing it well, because I plan to like be a very powerful force on like one of the most popular servers. So we'll see, but I'll try to get some good stuff in there for you guys. We'll see what we can do with that. Let's see. Are there any limitations on the system for reskinning items? So they have skins built into the game, from what I see. So you kind of put them on like the weapon drop or like the Twitch drops and stuff like that, and the in-game cosmetics. And it looks like it just shapes your weapon to be different, but you need the right category. So like, you know, sword can't be a great axe, you know, yada yada, things like that. But it seems pretty good. I like your voice, man. Keep it up. Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks. Do you think Hatchet using Berserk with a taunt gem is a viable option for tank, maybe with heavy armor and a bunch of constitution? That's a great question, Jean. And I think that I see a lot of these taunt abilities in a lot of these weapons and stuff like that, and it's really cool to see, because like these skills are pretty valuable. And I think that like even the Rapier has a taunt, right? Like with riposte, so that's always a really good thing to see. It's definitely a really nice way to go about playing the game. I don't know how viable it would be in the end game, because I feel like having a taunt is good It's hard. It's tough to say. Having a taunt is good, but really max DPS is what it's about, right? Like when we talk about like WoW Classic in game, like most tanks were pretty much DPS builds, but they had they were a tank kind of. They had taunt mechanics. So it depends on how taunt works, because from what I've seen, taunt gives you temporary aggro and not necessarily like full aggro. So you still need to generate threat. And the only abilities that kind of generate extra threat are like tank or sword abilities, where like the autos generate extra threat. So everything else is going to be damage scaling. So I guess it's possible if you had like Rapier or Hatchet with a taunt, and then you just did so much damage that the mob wanted to hit you. I could easily see that working. Let's see. Just stream launch week and focus on yourself. Your progression and company power will be good enough source of content for us. No need to focus on us much. Yeah, do you think I could do that, guys? Like just stream, because I want to be interactive with the stream, but what I can't do is like I can't slow down because I got to get ahead, right? So I don't know if people would be okay with just like that non-interaction if I was streaming. Like I'll try here and there, but it won't be like that much and stuff like that. Also got to figure out how to sort out Discord, because I'll be in a group with like my whole guild and stuff, and I want to interact with them, but I don't want to like stream all the Discord chatter that's like coming through. So I'll figure out how to do that. Let's see. Have any tips for solo players? Yeah. I actually did quite a few solo things, so there are a few spots that are really good to grind for solo players, especially elite spots in the later game. You can solo some high-level elite mobs and get some really good XP and weapon XP. You can also get a lot of nice drops and things like that. So there's particular areas with elite suicide bombers that seem to be like really good spots to solo level and solo grind and also solo farm. And I will cover those in an upcoming video. But they're like super high-end zones, right? So we'll have to get into that. Liat, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate that. Pizza? Oh yeah, I have to put this towards pizza. Okay, I could do that. I haven't had pizza in a while. I usually don't eat I usually cook all my own food, so I try to not go out to eat as much. Just try to keep healthy food and stuff like that. But you know what? Pizza. All right, that sounds good. I'm gonna go for it. It sounds perfect. It's been a while. Let's see. Don't want to get stream site for territories? It's okay. I'm not worried about that. How did your guild generate so much gold so fast? What's the fastest way to make gold? In the early game, questing. Questing is the fastest way to make gold. Power level to 9, choose your faction. You end up with 570 gold, and that is a lot. So if you times that by 200 members, that's an instant 100k. That's probably how we plan to get the first territory. I think it's the fastest in the game. There is no other fast way unless you're cheating. So that's pretty much it. Just have 200 members donate 500 gold each and let them level up to faction choice and go from there. So the gold cap's going to be capped by the fastest player to reach level 9. I've been doing tons of speed runs for that, so I got a good strat. I'm going to be up there real quick. Pretty much just getting your community and your team to donate. Like, everyone needs to be a team player here, because the faster you get that, the faster you're going to claim that company or that territory, and then you're going to start seeing the benefits. And just to give you an idea, we held Windsward during the entirety of open beta on one of the sweatiest PvP servers, and we made 89,000 gold in the 3 days and 17 hours that was there from the trading post alone. So that pretty much paid for Windsward itself in 3 days. Let's see, where can you find a full list of emotes for the game? Ooh, not sure. Maybe this database. I'm not sure. Shops? Syndicate Army? Nope. Gatherables. Yeah, I'm not sure. Actually, I'll talk to Ignacio and have him put that up there, because that would be really cool to see. So, kind of getting something in that region of like, hey, this is all the emotes available would be really good. So great question there. Let's see. How will you factor in queue times for all your members? We can't. There's no way to do it. So it's just going to be free for all, like set in the queue and hope you get there. I have experience. I used to play on Herod in Classic WoW. There was massive queue times there. It was the most popular PvP server. And what we did was we just had people like attempt to log in and do their thing. For raid times, we just had them log in like an hour or 2 hours earlier on their phones, like with like some sort of client on there, and that seemed to work pretty well. I guess there's the Steam Deck as an option for New World, so maybe you could log in on the Steam Deck while you're at work traveling home. I don't know. We'll have to figure out how that goes. But yeah, hopefully the queue times won't be that bad, and Amazon has really good expansive servers, so I think that it won't be that big of an issue. I would hope that they would see the massive queue time and then be like, okay, we need to bump this up, you know? Let's see. What else do we got here? And it looks like we are at 8 o'clock, so I'll take a few final questions and then I will wrap it up. So let's see. Hey, your vids helped me a lot understand New World better. Thank you for that. Yeah, I appreciate that, Black Diamond. I'm glad you learned something, and I will keep them coming for sure, so you can learn all kinds of different things in there. Sethphir, have you checked off your game day release prep infographic on the subreddit? I did not see that, but I will go to the Reddit. I'm a big Redditor. I like the New World Reddit, so I do check on everything there. So I will go through and see what that is. For me, I got my game plan. I'm going to be hydrated, and I have my meals that are going to be prepped and cooked and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. When you're sliding into my DMs with that company invite, our company is kind of very full at this moment. We will be opening it up to additional people as time goes on. If we have anybody that doesn't not able to play or something like that, somebody drops out for whatever reason. But we do have a link to an application in our Discord, so if you haven't already, check that one out. Link is in the description below, I believe, and you should be able to go there and you can put in an app that will put you on a wait list, and we'll pull people in when spots open up from there. Let's see. I live in Texas. Which server should I pick? Yeah, you're kind of like central-ish, right? So I don't know. West Coast might be for you, to be honest, with Texas. Maybe somebody knows better than I do. Help them out if so. Let's see. They just released time servers will be live. Yep, I did see that. We went over that. It was pretty sweet. We definitely got to see some of the skins and cool stuff from there, so it's always nice to see. All right, I think that's pretty much it, everybody, for this live session. Things went pretty decently. I did learn a little bit about, some of the whatever that buffering situation happened there, so I'll figure out how to fix that later on. I will be streaming again later on, maybe one more before launch. I'm not sure on that, but probably one more before launch. I'll either do it on YouTube or Twitch. I'll probably announce that, but make sure you follow me on both, and that would be a great way to keep up with me. For Twitch, I will try to do something for launch day and onward, so that way you guys can keep in, and hopefully we can get some like cool Amazon drops and giveaways and things like that. We'll see. It should be a fun time. Alrighty, appreciate that, everyone, and we will go ahead and end it there. And I just want to thank everybody for supporting me and showing up to this stream. It means a lot. We had like 500 viewers, and that's really cool to see for like the first time. So definitely thanks for being awesome, everybody, and I will keep pushing out that content, so look forward to it. See you next time.